There we go. Get that nice, ominous dread. Yeah. It's just a sweet, wholesome little song about demons. It feels like an appropriate follow-up for the Champions of Lore episode we just had about the Blood War. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that Champions of Lore episode because I find that particular topic to be of interest. I think all the Blood War stuff is fascinating. Oh no. Oh no. I might have a background thing to do, some production stuff to handle, but oh my gosh, Garwar. Mars, top 10 least used champions of the game. Go! Oh god. Top 10 least used. Least used? Rosie. Oh god. Least used? It had to be least used, huh? Okay. Ah! Least used. Let's see. Probably Cathris. You broke me. Binwin. Ishii? Probably? I don't use Ishii a lot. My partner likes Ishii a lot, but I don't really use Ishii very much. Ah! Oh, okay. Production fire has been put out. Excellent. That's great news. Praise the Martin. Ah! Shout out to Alex on the team. Very cool. Very, very cool. Alex will very likely never hear this, but shout out to Alex, who was alerted to a problem and fixed it inside of 2 minutes. Incredible. It's gotta be a record. Alright, well that feels better. Knowing that is taken care of, so we don't have to worry about it. Excellent! Basically an issue with notifications, but we gotta sort it out. Never a dull moment in Codename Entertainment. Still waiting for 7 more least used champions. Oh god dang it! I was hoping you'd forget. Okay. Puent? I think I use Xander more than I use Puent. Okay, this one more, and oh god, 6 more. Okay. Rhea. I like Rhea. I think she's cool, but just, jeez, I have like no reason to use her. 5 more. I'm halfway through the list. Okay. I can do this. Lucius. Yeah, it's weird because Lucius, I was praising him about my Epic account on the morning show, but on my Steam account, I never use him. Oh god, okay, 4 more. There's not enough time. Birdsong? Yeah, I really should use Birdsong more, but I just don't. And I already said Rosie. Wolfgar and Barrowin. There's 2 more. And last one. And then I'm free. Last one, and then I'm free. Jamila. Definitely Jamila. That's, very much definitely Jamila. Okay. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that, you jerk. That was fun. Thanks, Gar. And by the way, good afternoon to Devil Crayon, Foolish Genius, Star Chaser, Arguing Paradox, Half B, Cassius, Furidi, and of course, Garwar himself. Hello. I do, in fact, have a cup of tea. It is for many things. Hello, Onyx. Hello, Josh. Hello, Sengen. Hello, Reaver. Hello, MC Ikli. Hello, X Tamashi X. Need your guidance to from your guiding hand. Hello, Dunk. Hello, Orphabus. Look sharp. Yeah, all right. And now we can do the thing. Drop of time. There we go. So, Greetings, champions. Welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I'm Mars. This is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, the free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy management we give video game from Codename Entertainment. On this show, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So get cozy, grab a drink, and join me for a little while as we talk about all things Idle Champions. Today continues to be Wednesday, my dudes, April 13th, 2022. This is episode 176. I have French cookie from Friday afternoon. One of my favorite little dessert teas, French cookie. It's got almond flavoring, sliced almond, orange peel, natural vanilla, and it is a black tea. It is very good. One of my favorite loose leafs that I have. It's gonna be one of those that I end up having, like, I definitely always have some. Like, as soon as I run out, I'm gonna be getting some more, for sure. So, welcome everyone. Quick check-in on both of my accounts, because I play both Steam and Epic accounts for my stream nowadays. So, real quick, where do we stand? On my Steam account, I'm currently playing the Endless War, Melf Free Play. This is the exact same free play that I started this morning. We were playing this morning. We took my speed team up to, like, stage about 400, and I started explaining about Modron stuff, and then I switched over to, like, my actual DPS team, because someone asked me to basically explain Ashara DPS. So I did that, and then also just built my team for pushing along. So let me show you how far we got. With full potions, with Orkira stacking to E20 healing, with full Baloth stacks, and with my Modest Core on, which is full epic on all nodes, we were able to push up to 12-12, which feels nice, like 12-12, that's cool. So then I went back and I Zaka farmed on 12-10 for about an hour, and the end result was that I'm going up from E42 Lathander's Favor to 4E55 Lathander's Favor. Plus bonus. And if I switch over my Freely's feats to Adventurous Tale, get both of the Adventurous Tale feats on him before we actually switch. Oh, nice! It's actually going to be 1E56. Very cool. So that pushed us up into the next order of magnitude. Nice. Alright, so that's definitely a win. Meanwhile, over on my Epic account, still playing up through the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus storyline. See, this is how far we've gotten now. Just working our way around the map. We're playing through the Sibriex at the moment. I need to beat 450, and it looks like my speed team here is walling in the low 400, so I'm probably going to need to switch this over to an actually good team. We killed that boss, but how long will our luck hold out? Not long. I'm going to go ahead and switch them over, actually, while I'm thinking about it. There we go. Alright, Shaka, you first. Alright, what do you want, Shaka? You want gold. Put rust in there. That works. Can't get a tiefling on the front line, Shaka. No tiefling tanks. Maybe that's something we need, a tankling. Email, okay, we can put Olcoria here. That works. Okay, great. Go ahead and give me your other one now, please. Mail non-baron. Okay, well, I can move Briv there. That'll be fine. Alright, so Briv in place of Gosseric, you can go here. There we go. So now we got 4 out of 5, just like last time. And looks like that's the best friend spot. Okay, that works. Great. Cool. Oh, wait a second. One of my tanks is in the wrong spot. There we go. Right, so this is where my epic account is right now. Just playing through the Cypriox adventure in Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. My objective is playing through Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus so that I can unlock both Zariel and Trials of Mount Tiamat. But it is a process. There is work to be done. So, we have no leftover questions, just like this morning, because I'm on fire today. Getting stuff done. So if you have questions for me, bring it on, champions. I await your inquiries. We have Martin helping me out today, moderating, producing, and catching questions. So if you have questions, just go ahead and drop them in chat. Martin will grab them and put them in the question document for me. Oh my god, Havilar. That just dawned on me. We do have a tiefling tank. It's just that I so often think about, like, oh yeah, Havilar, speed support champion. Also a tank, Mars. Also a tank. Come on. Ah. That one's on me. So, how are you? We are now 1 week into the current event. That is to say, Greengrass Year 5. We have the return of Melf, the return of Orkira, the return of Gosseric. How's your progress been? How's your experience of the event gone so far? As you can see, I still have work to do on my Epic account. I still have all of the variants to play. I have one variant done for Orkira already, but that was because I picked up Orkira via a time gate months ago, like back in December, I think. I've done 1 of 3 for Gosseric as well, so plenty more left to do for me on the event. Really, that's what I should be doing instead of playing through the Cypriox right now. All unlocked and done. Well done. Very good. Reaver has 2 epics on the gnome. Excellent. Very cool. Ah, Devil Crayon's got it all finished. Very good. Very good. There's still plenty of time if you have more left to do. There's 4 days, 22 hours, and 50 minutes remaining in the current event, so you got time. That's why I'm not panicking over getting my variants done. I know I've got time. I can knock them all out in a day if I really had to. But I doubt that it will come to that. Alright, so let's get to some questions. I see a few of them coming in. Foolish Genius, how dare Havilar's a tankling? Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Havilar is a tanking tiefling. I did forget about that. I'm sorry, Aaron. Hostile Eldritch. Question. I just unlocked Trials. Do I focus getting Zariel perks and Tiamat blessings, or just do patron challenges and variants? If you just unlock Trials, well, you're gonna have to get through, like, each difficulty of Trial to make your way up, which is going to take you weeks. And having, like, the... Oh, I can't check this here. Having the blessings or patron perks that specifically help you with Trials is really going to come into play mainly for the higher difficulties and not the lower ones. Because if you're... if you're able to unlock access to the Trials of Mount Tiamat, then you can do the normal mode Trials of Mount Tiamat solo, even if you had to. Not that you have to, but even if you did, you could handle it solo. I'm 100% sure of that. If you can unlock it, you can do the normal one. Higher difficulties, you'll probably need the bonuses. I'm not even able to clear the high difficulty ones, even with the bonuses. And I have a very strong account on Steam. It's because I don't do click debuff. But which one should you focus on? Oh, I see it. No. Should you focus getting Zerial perks and Tiamat blessings, or just do patron challenges and variants? I would just keep doing patron challenges and variants for now. Once you have access to the higher level difficulties for Trials of Mount Tiamat, then you're going to want to care more about those things. About the specific perks and blessings that will help you out for Trials of Mount Tiamat. But until then, you can just keep working on various patron challenges and variants. If you want to, you could work on Zerial patron variants specifically. That way you can work your way through getting patron shop items from Zerial shop, while you're also getting influence to get Zerial's patron perks for when they matter later on for your Trials of Mount Tiamat. Also, just more champions. Trials of Mount Tiamat makes you hurt for losing champions. So, collect more champions if you don't have them all yet. Alright, Eladar, 100. Will Event Hero stay with me after the event, or do I have to complete all event quests? Yeah, it's not the first time that I've seen that question come up. It's a bit of a misconception. Some people seem to believe that just because there are progress bars in the game for each of the event champions, that it means that you have to get it to 100% to keep the event champion when the event ends. No, that is certainly not the case. All you have to do is unlock the event champion by just doing their unlock mission in each event. And then you have them forever. Even if, like, let's say I unlocked Gosseric on my Epic account, so all I did was I unlocked Gosseric, and then I didn't do any of the variants, I didn't get any of his gear, I didn't do his achievement, nothing. I still get to keep him. You can completely ignore the event after unlocking a character, and you still get to keep the character. Yeah, you're welcome. So, like, you can play super casually if you want. You don't have to, like, obsess and do every single thing. Maybe you're the kind of person who just doesn't have the kind of time for that, but you want to collect them all. Some people are just collectors, and that's fine. Dracolicious. Mars. Gosseric's Frosty Friendship bonus doesn't seem like it's showing correctly for me. Am I doing something wrong? His upgrades do nothing to DPS numbers. Yeah, someone brought that up this morning, and I forgot to poke the devs about it. Sorry. But someone did bring that up this morning. I even wrote it down on my scratch pad. I still forgot. I'll poke people after today's show's over, but yeah, you're not the first person to have noticed that. We even tested that in my game. And it seemed that Frosty Friendship wasn't increasing base DPS, but it was affecting the running average, which is weird. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about that, honestly, just that I've also noticed the same thing after someone mentioned it this morning. Stay tuned, I guess. I will poke people about it. This time, I'll remember. I'm gonna circle it. And 2 underlines. That's how you know it's serious. Yanam 73. Nope, that's Yo Mom 73. Oh, okay, it's a Your Mama joke. Got it, okay. So Yo Mom 73, question. On your deep push, you had Fire Breath potions with her cure stacking. I thought Fire Breath potions made click debuff useless. Yeah, I've heard that they do. I wasn't doing click debuff. I was not doing click debuff. I was just setting up some more cure stacks to get her healing flame bonus up as high as I could. That's all. Now, to this date, I have not done click debuff on the show. I have tried to learn how to do it on my own time outside of the show, but I get frustrated. I needed to give it another go, though. It's been at least 2 or 3 months since I've given it an honest shake. So, I should try it again. Big Carl 60. Which one becomes time gate only? Orkira or Melf? I'm glad you asked. It's whichever one is in the bottom right. So Gossiric's the new one, Orkira's from last year. Melf is on his way out the door. He will be time gate only after this event is done, so don't miss your chance to get yourself a Melf. Yes, Garwar does have a video guide for that. Thank you. You know what? You know what? I'm actually going to open both of those links. That'll be what I do right after the show. I think during sketching hour, I will actually watch your guide to click debuff meta, Garwar. I'm glad that you did that to help people like me who really struggle with this particular concept for some reason. I don't know why. It's just, it's like it runs so counter to what I expect from the game that it hurts. It's a good time for some Melf improvement. Thank you, our Green Paradox. That's great. Possible cabbage. So I'm a little confused about the variant for unlocking blue. Do I just lose whichever champion is in the formation, or whose profile is visible from the slot with the most available champions every 25 levels? So I just want to hide my in-game team for as long as possible? Basically, yeah. You've got the right of it. The Bullywug will jump to land on whichever champion on the field has the most available champions on the bench for their slot. So, if you have 2 champions on the field, one champion you only have one other swap for, and the other champion you have, like, 4 swaps for, the Bullywug's going to land on the one that you have 4 swaps for. And then you'll lose that one, and you gotta switch something else in. It's interesting because, like, it is a challenging variant. Any variant where you're losing champions is gonna be hard, but it's also totally fair because you can actually, like, you can predict what's going to happen. You can expect what's going to happen. Not guaranteed, because, like, you might be in a position where you have 4 different champions on the field who each have 2 swaps available. And there's no one else on the field who has more swaps available. And then the Bullywug, I guess, chooses a random one. So that's not ideal. But if you're smart about it... I'm just staring at the Cypriex. I do not like this thing. It's so gross. Okay, well, at least that's done. Now we can just take care of these chain devils. Huh. Actually, you know what? A quick aside. Speaking of chain devils, right up here. Here's a little blast from my past. This is a miniature belonging not to me, but to one of my oldest friends. This is a miniature. The character's name is Crane. He's a human assassin, but his backstory was that basically a chain devil stole his soul, and he's on a path of vengeance to reclaim his soul from the chain devil. So chain devils always remind me of that. That character is as old as I have been playing Dungeons & Dragons. When I started playing the game, I started as a dungeon master, and the 2 kids that lived across the street from me were my players. And that was the character of the older player. I still have the miniature for it. All these years. Foolish Genius. Has Undergeared been fixed? For patron variants, does it count only qualifying champions? For patron variants, it does... Wait, hold on. I was just thinking of Blushi. Has it been fixed? I don't remember reading a specific, like, changelog, update. I don't remember seeing anything internally stating that Undergeared has been fixed. But it's been like 2 weeks now, right? Oh, it does say fix in the changelog? Which one? Where is that? Did I just miss that? Martin is telling me. 173. Too many champions being blocked and undergeared variant fixed. Champions tied for lowest item levels and undergeared, both available. Nice! Okay, fantastic! That's great. I'm glad to hear that. So that's a yes. It's right there confirmed in the changelog. Excellent. Thank you, Martin. And thank you, chat. Peta-G, specifically. For pointing that out. And does it only count qualifying champions? Yes. For patron stuff. I tested that myself. Yoda ate my head question. I have Paulton on trial for this week, and I have a wild offer for a bunch of his chests. If I buy and open those, will the increases to his item level apply this Trials of Mount Tiamat run, or are his levels locked in when I started the run? Oh. Well, that's very interesting. Perhaps that's something that I could test myself right now. Let's see. If I go back to my Steam... Here we go. Since I'm in a trial at the moment, and I have committed Jamila, my Jamila is increasing all champion damage by 175.7%. If I give some more item levels to my Jamila, will that go up? 175.7. Let's just open a bunch of chests and see if the number goes up. Oh, unless she's already at maximum power that she's able to offer. I don't know if all champion damage has a maximum. I know that other mechanics have maximum, like percentage increase for scales that you get for completing it. Oh, a shiny. Oh, for Xeraphon. Ha, nice. It's funny because I'm actually more excited about getting item levels for Jamila than I am about getting a shiny for Xeraphon. Ridiculous. What has this game done to me? It's a good question, Yoda ate my head. Hopefully I can come up with an answer for you. Now, we're not testing Paulton specifically. We're testing Jamila here, because Jamila's the one that I've chosen to be my Assault Front champion. So we're just going to open a bunch of silver chests. I'll wait for the golds, though, I think. Because I'm going to need gold chests to open for the next event, after all, when I'm trying to get feats. Although, I could just spend some gems. Yeah, okay, we'll open up the gold chest, too. Just a minute. This would take forever if it was one at a time. I'm so glad that we have the slider. Or not the slider, but the ability to open multiple chests at once. Oh. There we go. Get the golds. And... boom. Oh, another shiny. Okay. Alright, Brunor. Sure. That's fine. Okay. So, let's see if my Jamila has a little bit more to offer now. It still says 175.7. Surely we got some item levels on Jamila after like 1,000 combined silver and gold chests. It could be the case that what my Jamila can give as an Assault Run champion is capped. I don't know. Oh, Monastic Coffee has a comment. Excellent. Mars, my Jarlaxle has an increased damage modifier since starting my trials this week. Item levels apply at once. Fantastic. Ha! That's awesome. Thank you, Monastic Coffee, for weighing in on that. If anyone else can confirm that is the case for them, I would appreciate it, but no pressure. Having at least one person say that it's working for them is nice. The Thor out. Question. Mars, why do you use headphones? Are you listening to music or someone is chatting to you? Oh, there's music playing right now. The Idle Champions music in the jukebox should be playing. Although I keep it pretty quiet so that you can hear me. But it's there, so that even if I stop talking, it isn't total silence. Well, now, if you're not hearing that music, that's odd. But, yeah, I've got music playing. In the extremely rare event that I have a guest on this show, which has happened once in the history of the entire show, then, yes, I also use it so that I can hear the person talking to me. But it's not like I'm secretly in a call with Martin, my producer, right now, so that Martin is able to, like, feed me information as I talk. I think that would be extremely distracting for me personally. So I don't think I could do that, no. Foolish Genius, I was ringing up a customer when my question was answered. What did Mars say? Oh, Foolish, if you're still around. Undergeared, you were asking if it's been fixed? Yes, it's actually in the changelog. Other people pointed it out to me. As in, there it is. Bug fixes for version 1.70.3, for version 425. Fixes lines 2 and 3. Too many champions being blocked in undergear variant fixed. Champions tied for lowest item levels in undergeared, both available. There you go. So undergeared has been fixed. Aha. Martin is suggesting, as a special thing for episode 200, having himself or Jordan or other people as disembodied voices. No cameras, they're just also talking while I'm doing the show. I think that would be very amusing. I could run that by some people, see what they think. Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, 200's coming up, isn't it? Maybe we'll do something for that. If I keep on my current pace, when exactly will episode 200 be? I have a calendar right here. It's the 13th, so there's... I'm doing 5 shows of Guiding Hand a week right now, so there's 181, 186 on the 27th. May 4th is 191, 11th is 196, so it looks like it'd be Tuesday the 17th would be episode 200 at my current pace, so unless something changes. Neat. So middle of May, for sure then. I don't know, like 250. 250 should definitely be something special. I don't know about 200. 200 is just 100 more than 100. I can do math. But 150 more than 100 is 250. That's a bigger number. Oh, if I make it to E1000, I should start doing E numbers. I should start doing scientific notation. That would be fun. Welcome to episode 1.00E4 of Mars Guiding Hand. That would be fun. Siram, Melf's achievement broken RNG isn't working for me. Is it broken? Old Post reported that it was 2 years ago. Has it been fixed? Oh yeah, Melf's broken RNG. That's the one about him, yeah, doing 200 consecutive areas with his speedy supplement providing the same buff. That's not broken. Nope. It's just sheer luck. I happened to get it my first time using Melf on this account. Now that's streamer luck. That could have taken months, but I just happened to get it my first try. Dragavondo says they got Melf's achievement yesterday, so it is working. Nice, well there you go. There's another confirmation for you. Devil Crayon also got it. Cool, so yeah. You're just unlucky so far, Siram. That's gotta change eventually. Scythe, that broken RNG achievement popped up for me a couple days ago. I wasn't trying for it or expecting it. Yeah, exactly. It will just happen eventually. Try your best not to think about that one. Use Melf constantly, and just don't think about it. And eventually you'll get it, and then maybe you can just put Melf away. Orphibus question, I'm playing on an iPad. Can I join a Trials Mount Tiamat created by a Steam account owner? Yes, you can. That aspect of the game actually is cross-platform. Doing Trials Mount Tiamat is actually cross-platform, so, like, for me, later, when I have unlocked Trials Mount Tiamat, which should be soon, maybe by the end of this week, certainly by the end of next week, I'll have access to Trials Mount Tiamat on my Epic account, and then I'll be able to set up a Trials Mount Tiamat run on my Steam account, and then have my Epic account join it, so that I'm playing with myself in Trials Mount Tiamat. Weird, right? But you can do that if you have multiple accounts. There you go, Foolish Genius is actually playing on Switch, and they are actually playing in my Trials Mount Tiamat right now. So yeah, there's some confirmation for you. Hello, Scott on YouTube. One of our very few YouTube chatters. Good to see you. Alex Byrne, question, who designed the Gosseric champion layout? This layout's giving me headaches. I don't know. I think once upon a time it was Chris Dupuis who decided what the formation shapes are. But I think that was back in, like, year 3. And I don't know if he's still the one in charge of that, or if it's somebody else who decides it. I like it for being so incredibly different from everything else, and it's definitely a challenge to work with. But I am not using it to go on favor pushes. No way. No, not me. No, sir. Not doing that one. I'll be using Melf free play for pushing for favor. Thank you very much. Not Gosseric. No. Eladar 100. Any tips for getting familiars? Well, gems. First of all, just grinding for gems so that you can get more familiars that cost gems in the shop. So there's that. So then it comes down to, like, okay, well, what's your advice for grinding gems? The same thing I advise every week. Mad Wizard farming. You get speed champions, you go to your Mad Wizard adventure in the Grand Tour of the Sword Coast, you set up your speed team, you get yourself a speed core, you set that up for some automation, boom, you're gonna get yourself some gems. Real quick. Martin appreciates the Pinky in the Brain reference. I love the Pinky in the Brain growing up. I was so excited when they brought back the Animaniacs on Hulu, and they actually did have Pinky in the Brain segments on that. Like, that's great. It made me so happy. Yes, the maddest wizard. Yeah, go fight the Mad Wizard a million times and get tons and tons and tons of gems. And then you can get all of the familiars that you want for that until you run out of gem familiars. But it is also extremely worth mentioning patrons. If you don't have patrons going yet, you should. Each patron has one familiar that you can pick up for free to play. Golden Flame Skull, Conjured Spider, Toy Werewolf. Ah, excellent. Zariel has one too, but we're gonna ignore her for now. Because I haven't unlocked yet. Huzzah! The Sybriac's complete. Now I'm down direct Flying Fortress, but that's gonna have to wait. I'm gonna play some green grass because I'm tired of being in hell. I wanna go somewhere nice for a change. So let's see. Actually, you know what? I think the first thing I'm gonna do is play Wheat from the Chaff. I've heard a lot of people saying that they've been having a lot of difficulty with this, especially this morning. There were some people saying that they're having difficulty with Wheat from the Chaff. So let's do this myself. Alright, now that we're in here, let's see the rules. Melf starts in the formation with Melf's Righteous Determination unlocked. Melf cannot be removed from the formation or swapped out. Only enemies deemed to be evil can be damaged. I can't hurt it. I can't hurt this either. I can hit distractions and get some gold that way. Go on, Melf, you can do it. You do not have a lot of health, Melf. Oh no! He's dead. And that's a shame. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Tanks! I would like tanks! More tanks! Tanks! Also, give me healers. Nope, too late. Not sure about which specialization I want for Celeste just yet. Basically, I just need people to stay alive long enough that we can actually get kills on things. Because sure, all of these wild dogs haven't been marked as evil, but ones coming in could be. So we just need to keep people alive long enough. And of course, we're still dying right now. I just haven't actually put the team together yet. I'm not worried, I'm not bothered. Yet. I will be, eventually, but not yet. Like, if this takes me more than 10 minutes just to set up... Yeah, I do have to get the health share going. That is true. Calliope will help for now with the shields. Yeah, go on and die. Go on. Fall to the dogs and rats. Embrace your destiny, Sentry and Grama. The call of the grave calls to thee. Hurry up. Come on. Come on. How's your health? Alright, good, you're done. Great. Reset. Alright. Grama, I want you up here. Calliope, you can be here. Celeste, you can be here. This is fine. Yeah, I'll take war. I can always respec if I need to. I would like gold, please. Thank you. Okay, so she's got a shield to help keep her alive. And she's got Celeste healing her as well. Now this is still going to take forever. So let's just speed this up. And I'm also going to put on a health potion to keep Grama alive for longer. Alright. And now we play the waiting game. We just have to wait. And hope Grama doesn't get overwhelmed first. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, I'm gonna heal her. There you go. A little bit of help for you there, Grama. One more. There we go. First stage done. Unfortunately, no other speed... Like, Shandy wouldn't actually help me speed things up right now because the formation has to not be under attack for 60 seconds, which, haha, that's not happening in this adventure. So, we'll just go faster the old-fashioned way. Or not. I don't want to commit an epic potion to this. But I'll open some more silver chests so that I can get some more gold. Wait, Orkira, get out here. Come on. There we go. Another one. Give me College of Lore, so that the cooldown is reduced for the shields, so that we can have them up more consistently, keep Grama alive for longer. And it's really just like a war of attrition. You just gotta keep your tanks alive long enough until eventually you can kill the things that are actually marked as evil. And by marking things as evil, Melf knows exactly what evil is. Whenever an enemy spawns, 50% chance of being deemed evil by Melf. Enemies that are evil take more damage, and for this variant, can actually be killed, as everything else is invulnerable. Okay, so, more questions while we get through this, very trying variant. But I will show that it can be done. Oh yeah, Rakira's not in the right place. Get out of here. That's better. Ashari, you can be here, I guess. Until I have someone more useful. Alright, Green Tomato. Any tips on Gossaric's achievement? I'm having more trouble with that than Melf. Really? You're having more trouble with that than Melf? Okay. I mean, Gossaric's achievement is one that you can actually help. Melf's achievement, you literally just have to wait. And that's annoying. But Gossaric's achievement is a lot easier to do once you know, like, the trick for it. So, first of all, when you get to his specialization choice for Gosseric, take the middle specialization. The middle one is the one that doubles the duration of the armor ablation stacks. By default, they only last for 30 seconds, and there's a separate timer for each stack. So, like, as Gosseric is attacking, he's putting stacks of armor ablation on the target, but then he's losing the older stacks because their timer runs out. So the difficulty is getting 15 stacks at the same time, right? Because that's what the achievement wants. If you take his middle specialization, it doubles the duration to a 60-second timer. So you have a much better chance of actually getting multiple stacks going at once. Well, this stage is going much better. Most of the enemies have been marked by evil. That's very fortunate. Beyond that, you can also use Whittle, if you have Whittle. If you have Whittle next to Gosseric, Whittle makes it so that champions adjacent to her, the champions that are affected by her Vampiric Gaze ability, they all attack using the fastest attack timer out of all of them. So you can force Gosseric to attack faster, and thus he's applying his armor ablation stacks more swiftly. Whittle also gives Gosseric a chance, I think it's 25% chance of resetting his attack cooldown instantly so that he can immediately attack again, which, again, is going to help with getting his stacks up. And then there's Narak. Narak is a slot 8 character. He's a monk, a Githzerai monk. He has an ability called Githzerai Focus, which improves the numbers of support abilities on support champions that have a wisdom of 14 or higher. Gosseric has a 20 wisdom, so he qualifies for that. And it not only increases the effect of Gosseric's armor ablation, it also increases the duration of the stacks. To the point that my Gosseric, if I have Narak standing next to him, my Gosseric has like, I think it's over 70% effectiveness for armor ablation, and each stack lasts nearly 5 minutes. So that makes getting Gosseric's achievement easy mode. Just get Narak. You can do the middle specialization for Gosseric, and that helps. You can put Whittle on the field to make Gosseric attack faster, and that helps. Or if you just have Narak, you don't even have to bother with the other stuff. You can just put Narak out there with Gosseric, and it's easy. Speaking of, come on, Gosseric. Get out here. We got work to do. Ooh, you know what? Actually, what if I go with Minsk? I'm gonna set up Minsk here. Well, no. The familiars are gonna be killing things. No, I'd rather have Gosseric, actually. Sure, we'll keep Ashara. For now. On a squared question. Hey, Mars. When do you usually do a trial for first-timers? I want to be ready the next time you do. Thank you. Oh. Well, I tend to do my trial groups early. Like, I used to always do them on Mondays, but I guess now that I just do on Tuesdays, I guess that's my first show of each week is Tuesday. So we can try to make that consistently, like when I do my Trials Mount Tiamat. Yeah, why not? Let's say Trials Tuesdays. That's easy to remember. They'll start with T. Don't mix that up with Trials Thursdays. That's for a completely different game mechanic that totally exists. I'm joking. There isn't a second Trials mechanic. Yeah, Trials Tuesdays. I guess we have been doing that for a while now, and I just never realized that we were doing that on Tuesdays specifically. Foolish Genius. Question, how far do you feel your DPS needs to be for Gosseric to be worth it? Most main story formations only allow 2 or 3 away. I mean, he's worth it as long as he's giving a buff, right? As long as you're getting something out of him, he's worth having. Is he the optimal choice to go with? Well, I don't know. Do you have Freely? Or are you trying to use Artemis or Archon? Because then you might actually get more value out of Gosseric than you do Freely. Because Freely's not positional and Gosseric is. But how many spots away do you really want your DPS to be to get the most out of Gosseric? Well, I mean, the further the better, right? You just try to get what you can out of it. If you can't get absolutely optimal usage, that's fine. If you're trying to, like, go as far as possible, then yeah, you want to get the absolute most that you can out of it. But if all you're trying to do is clear variants, patron challenges, even just base adventures or time gates or whatever, then you don't really have to worry about optimizing. So, it depends. Like, are you actually trying to push in an optimal pushing formation? Then you might consider using someone else other than Gosseric. I mean, even if you're playing Ashara DPS and you're going Short Folk Bond for her second Bond choice, you still have to choose between Freely and Gosseric, because they would both qualify as Short Folk for that Bond. And I feel like most of the time, I'm going to be going with Freely over Gosseric. Gosseric might certainly have a place in my Ozaka farm formations, though. That's a consideration that I need to make. It's a pretty good goal find buff. Yeah, he does compare well with Freely. I agree. Freely doesn't, like, completely outplay Gosseric. It depends on what you're doing. And like I said, because it's a positional buff, you might get more out of him for Artemis and Archon DPS formations specifically. Yay, I can have Human. This will make things a little more agreeable. Ah! Brahma casts Sleet Storm when they attack. The target enemy and all nearby enemies are slowed by half and their attack timers are doubled. Now, I don't know if that actually affects these invulnerable enemies here. It would be nice if it did, though. Because if I can just make them attack more slowly, then I can make Brahma stay alive for longer. Oh, I didn't realize that we actually had potpourri going. That's cool. Arleon. Once you have full purples for your evergreens, do you only use gems for buying feats, familiars, and silver chests? Sometimes I'll still get gold chests because I might go feat hunting. Like, whenever a new champion comes out, I like to immediately open up a bunch of gold chests so that I can get feats for them after I've unlocked the champion. You typically see me do that at the first day of an event. I'll unlock the champion, and then I'll immediately start gearing them up with Electrum chests, and immediately open up a bunch of gold chests to get all their feats that I can. But otherwise, I don't really go for gold chests anymore, yeah. That's the only reason that I go for gold chests with gems. And typically I farmed up all the gold chests that I need between events to do that, so I don't even have to spend the gems for it. Except this time I might have to, because I decided to open up all of my chests on stream this time. So here we are, on stage 17. And as you can see, yes, it is a slog. This is a long one, especially having to go to Area 175. It's tedious, it's annoying, but it can be done. I don't even have extraordinarily powerful champions here. See? Average item level, who's my highest? Does anyone finally beat out Kroll? 32. Looking for 33 or more. Oh, Calliope, 33. Hey. Alright, Calliope finally takes the lead over Kroll for highest average item level for my entire team. Oh, tied with Delina! A rivalry is born! Who will come ahead? Or will someone else jump forward and take first place? Oh. But yeah, Arleon, I don't really much go for gold chests anymore. Only when I really want to get more feats. And that's only when there's a new champion to collect, really. Another question for Arleon. Does Narak modify Ishi's Let's Find Some Treasure and her confidence boost? I don't know, let's find out. That's a good question. First of all, does Ishi have the required wisdom for it? Everybody go away, you're crowding me. It's a little bit too much going on screen to keep up with. There we go. Alright, Narak. Get out here. And Ishi! There you are. Ishi. So. Let's find some treasure and confidence boost, huh? Increase all gold bound by 20% for every non-human champion adjacent to Ishi. She does have the wisdom for Gosseric focus, but let's see if it actually does anything. So, non-human champions next to Ishi, huh? Freely. Omen. Dritzt. There we go. So we have 3 non-human champions next to Ishi, giving us a total bonus of 997.7%. Okay. Now let's just replace one of these with Narak. Let's Find Some Treasure is now still 3 stacks, but with a total bonus of 4,786%. So that's a yes. Gosseric Focus is boosting Let's Find Some Treasure. Enjoy that, Arleon. That's delightful. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, Narak has some surprising usefulness because of Gosseric Focus. He's an interesting character. Don't sleep on Narak. He's useful. Now, does that work for Confidence Boost? Let's see. Confidence Boost isn't a formation ability. It's an ultimate attack. For 47.04 seconds, Ishi's damage is increased by 100% for each non-human in the formation multiplicative. Okay. So we have 3 non-humans in the formation right now. So let's see how much Ishi's damage goes up by. Hopefully it'll have an effect in here. Oh, make familiars go away. Not really noticing anything. Let's make it go faster. Alright, Ishi. It's hard to notice a difference there. And if we have Narak out here, that definitely seems to be higher. Oh, but it's because we didn't replace someone, we just added him there. Seeing E11. Like E10, E11. Okay. And if we have Dritz instead of Narak, I doubt this would have an effect. But perhaps worth checking. Although, this is harder to check because they're also going to have their different all-champion damage increased effects going on. Yeah, I'm not confident that I can really say whether Confidence Boost is affected by Gosseric Focus or not. But Let's Find Some Treasure definitely is. Alright, going back to my Epic account, I can check in on their progress. 26 now. Hey, yeah, they've made some improvement there. Nice. Okay. Next question. You're welcome, Arleon. Meki Mura Osu. I have a question as a complete noob here. Hey, that's fine. We welcome complete noobs here. I just started the game yesterday. Oh, excellent. Hey, welcome to Idle Champions. We're happy to have you. I hope you enjoy the game and the community. I hope you make a lot of friends here. I know I have. I don't know what a speed team is or why you want familiars that a lot of people are asking for. I did the starting quest. I did the first 3 quests to unlock the 3 event characters, since it sounded like people recommend getting as many as possible. Yes. What is the recommendation on what to aim for now? Clear as many maps as possible, or farm a single map to as high as possible to get high favor, or something else? Okay. So, there's a lot to chew through here, but that's fine. That's literally my job, so let's get through it. Well, first, welcome to Idle Champions again. Let's talk priorities. And, like, the point of the game. So the point of the game is that you are playing through adventures. You're experiencing these stories that take place in Dungeons & Dragons in the Forgotten Realms, whether it's Faerun or going off to Barovia or what have you. You're playing through these stories, and as you play through these stories, you're going to encounter variant adventures that restrict what champions you're allowed to use, or add some additional dangerous elements like constantly taking damage or enemies attacking faster or something like that. There's different ways that the game will twist things to make things more difficult, different dials. And it is then on you to collect more and more and more and more champions so that you can complete these objectives. Like, if you are denied the use of all of your evergreen champions, those would be your core champions, the ones that you start with, like Brunor and Celeste and Jarlaxle and Naeli and etc. There is an adventure that does that. That just, you're not allowed to use evergreen champions, your core champions. So then you would have to have non-core, non-evergreen champions like Melf and Gosseric and Orkira, the current event champions. You need more event champions so that you can get through that kind of encounter. There's hundreds of variant adventures in the game, and they each have their own unique rules. So collecting more champions is always a good idea, because you want to be ready to adapt to whatever situation that you're put up against. So that is why people are suggesting collect champions. It's the most important thing to do whenever an event is live, is to unlock all of the characters that are in that event, which you've already done, so good job. Especially the fact that you're able to do on, like, day 2 of playing. Nicely done. A lot of people struggle with their very first event on a fresh account, so good work getting that done already. There are some other things in your question here, like you don't know what speed champions are, or why people care about collecting familiars. And that's all about another major gameplay element, the loop of the game. You are pretty much, almost always, trying to go up to a certain point and then resetting your adventure so that you can do another adventure. You will eventually get to a point in your gameplay experience where you want to grind for as many gems as possible so that you can purchase things from the gem shop, whether it's more familiars or skins for champions or just getting chests or getting feats, for that matter. Characters have feats as well once you get far enough. They're over on the feats tab. You can scroll down. Even the cheapest ones cost 12,500 gems. So you want a lot of gems. Yes, there are some skins that you can get for gems. They're in the gem shop. Not all skins are available for gems, only some of them. Only certain ones. And the reason why people so often want familiars and speed champions is to make that go more swiftly. And for that matter, just playing through content more swiftly. Because, as I said, there are hundreds of variants and adventures in the game. Maybe even thousands at this point, considering all the patron versions of things that exist. Speed champions are characters like Human. They have the speed roll. Sentry's another one. Melf's another one. So you already have at least one speed champion, because you've unlocked Melf. Each speed champion has mechanics that make the game go faster in different ways, such as making enemies spawn faster, so they appear on the screen, and then you can fight them and get them out so that you're clearing the objective and moving on faster. Or champions that reduce the quest requirements of the stage that you're on, so that you're able to get through it more quickly. Or champions that make enemies count for double for quest progress, so that if it's like, oh, you gotta kill 25 enemies on this stage, you only actually have to kill like 13, because then each of them counts as 2. Different speed champions have different speed mechanics, and you can use them all together in order to really make the best of it. You can combine all of their effects. So collecting speed champions allows you to catch up on a lot of things. Like, the game's been out for 4.5 years now, right? As time goes on, and more content is added to the game, which is roughly every 3 weeks, or even more than that, considering like there's a new champion every 3 weeks as well. So yeah, it's really only during the second week of an event, which this week is an example, that something new isn't added to the game typically, but sometimes there still is. Not always, but sometimes. Anyway, there's new stuff constantly being added to the game. And as that happens, the value of speed champions just increases more and more and more and more and more. Because you will always be playing catch-up until you are not. Until you have actually caught up. So speed champions will always have a place in the game. They'll always be a priority. Familiars are another aspect of making the game go faster and also become less tedious, because these are familiars, and what they do is click on stuff for you. Right now, these familiars are clicking on any enemies that are spawning that they are able to kill. Which makes it so that I don't have to. I could also just use familiars to level up my team. Like if I want to level up Human, I can just put a familiar on that. It's nice. That's all. Familiars just help you by clicking on things. And so by having a bunch of familiars and having a bunch of speed champions, you can really tear this game up and move through things very quickly. So that's why people care about speed champions. That's why people want familiars. Alright, and what is the recommendation for what to aim for now? Clear as many maps as possible, or farm a single map to as high as possible to get high favor, something else. My first recommendation for you, Mekimura Osu, is play Grand Tour of the Sword Coast, Tomb of Annihilation, and Waterdeep Dragon Heist enough so that you have enough favor to purchase the Tier 1 Global Blessing in each. So get this double damage Tier 1 Global Blessing for Torm's favor. This is from Grand Tour of the Sword Coast. Kelemvor's favor has the same thing. All champion damage times 2 applies to all campaigns. That's for Tomb of Annihilation. And Waterdeep Dragon Heist has the same thing. Defending Waterdeep, all champion damage times 2 applies to all campaigns. While you're doing that, from Grand Tour of the Sword Coast, on the third camp down here, the one at the very bottom down here, there is a variant for Underdeep Cartography called Overdue Rendezvous. By completing this one, you unlock a character named Dritzt permanently. So make sure you get that while you're playing Grand Tour of the Sword Coast. For Tomb of Annihilation, likewise, when you're about halfway through, you can complete this one, Azaka's Procession Part 2. This one will allow you to unlock another character named Azaka permanently. And at the very end here, Asoriel's Resolve, a variant of the Lost Love, will allow you to unlock another character named Dragonbait permanently. You can also get another one from Waterdeep Dragon Heist by completing the Gargoyle. But this one takes a lot longer to get to than the others, in my opinion. You can unlock a character for that named Olcoria, Stone Marrow, the Gargoyle. She's an Archwizard. Cool character. Not as much as a priority as getting Azaka, though. Dritzt and Dragonbait are helpful, but Azaka is definitely a priority. But I would not recommend just like playing one map until you've fully completed it. No, jump around. Try different things. You're probably going to find that you just enjoy some campaigns more than others, whether for the sheer flavor of it, like, oh, Tomb of Annihilation's in the jungle. Cool, I like jungles. Or, Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden takes place in, like, a snowy, icy, mountainous area. Cool, I've always wanted to be, like, a mountain climber. Or I've always wanted to live in Alaska, or something like that, so maybe that appeals to you, I don't know. Or Baldur's Gate Ascent to Avernus takes place in Hell. Maybe you've always wanted to visit Hell. I don't know. The theme and the flavors of campaigns might appeal to you. And so you might find yourself enjoying those more. And that's fine. If you enjoy something more, play that more than the other things. There's nothing wrong with that. You are in the very early days of your experience with idle champions. And so I strongly encourage you to just kind of get a feel for the game. Spend the next few days, like, just playing the video game and see what it is about this that appeals to you. Figure out what you like about the game, why you like it, and then focus on that. There's nothing wrong with that approach. And again, I hope you enjoy your time with us. I'll see you around. Possible Cabbage. Question. When forging items to Legendary, some roles are better than others. Like Zorbu's all-party DPS, per Constitution 13+, is better than Gnome DPS, both in terms of math and utility. I agree. When is it worthwhile to reroll items instead of forging new ones? You know, that's hard to say. It's really hard to give out, like, advice about the forging system because we are told that changes are coming, you know, to the trials and forging systems. And we don't know exactly what those changes look like or when they're coming. I see you have a follow-up comment, which is just to pick an optimal party of 10, get every item on them legendary, then maybe reroll some stuff. Basically, yeah. You need to give some serious thought to, like, which characters are you using most often? Especially characters that you're using for, like, multiple things. Like, if you have a certain character that you find yourself using for speed, for pushing, and for Azaka farming, that's awesome. Yeah, probably focus on getting some legendaries for them. Oh, Joe Mallow just got their Strong Core. Wow. Hey, congrats. That is a serious accomplishment. That's a lot of gems to grind for, so good work. It's going to be a long, long time before that's ever within the realm of possibility for me on this Epic account. That might not ever happen for this account. I don't know. This account might be dead by then. We'll see. Oh, Echoes will. Yes. Yes, I think I will. I think I will reduce the requirements. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Possible Cabbage. Just figure out the characters that you're using most often, especially if they're, like, popular, optimal meta characters, you know? And then get all the legendaries you can for all of those, and then re-roll just some of them, whichever ones might be more useful, you think, than others. Because your mileage is also going to vary, your results are going to vary. What's more useful to you might not be more useful to other players, just because of the difference in your play styles. So it's hard to give a really objective answer to that. Big Carl 60. Question. When a champion goes to a time gate only, is there a chance they show up in wild offers or chests in the shop? Yes. Yeah, I believe so. I've definitely gotten wild offers on my Epic account for champions. Yeah, this is a wild offer for a Melf skin. But I've had wild offers on this account in the past that's for champions specifically. So that's definitely a thing. Now, whether it's better to pick them up via wild offers rather than just getting them straight from the shop, probably better to wait for a wild offer. If you're going to spend money on buying a champion directly, probably better to wait for a wild offer, I would imagine. Foolish Genius. Question. Who is tagged as DPS support who doesn't ever actually DPS? Hitch is more of a DPS than Narak. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. That is weird. Yeah, Narak seems to be more popularly used as a support character, where that gets the right focus than they are as a DPS. And Hitch seems to be more often used as a DPS than Narak is used as a DPS. So it's hard to say. Which other characters? Well, let me look at the big old list of DPS support combo characters. Alright, characters who are both DPS and support, which often end up supporting more often than they DPS. Ariza, Krydle, Jim. Any of those can be DPS, but I think I see them more often being used as support characters. Birdsong feels like really a split between people using her as either DPS or support. Minsk can definitely make for a good support or a good DPS. As long as you're making use of that favorite enemy ability when he's support, you know. If his favorite enemy isn't applying to the adventure that you're on, I wouldn't bother with Minsk as a support character. Better as DPS in that situation. Azaka's a DPS character, but I think she's most often just used for gold farming. Oh, Makos, that's another one. I think Makos is definitely used more often for support than DPS. I don't often see people talking about Makos as DPS. But there's probably quite a list. Yeah, not all DPS support characters are cut from the same cloth. Some are going to be used more as support or more as DPS. Just depending on how their exact champion mechanics work. And then, of course, the champion mechanics of other champions that they may or may not have synergy with. I mean, that's why people use Narak as support, just because he has synergy with specific other champions through that Gosseric focus. Strix, I feel like, is another one that is, like, on the fence between whether people use her as DPS or as support. Like Birdsong. I don't feel like it's really, like, strong favoring one or the other. I'm going with my gut here. I'm not basing this on, like, actual numbers. So, take it with a grain of salt, okay? Gromma! Oh my goodness, yes. Gromma might be one of the most egregious examples. Such a powerful tank and support champion that I think a lot of people, myself included, forget that she's even marked as a DPS character also. She is a DPS character. I think hardly anyone uses her as such. Yeah, there you go. Garwar said it. Ultimately, every DPS support that isn't Ashara or Zorbu gets used more as support than DPS. Yeah. And I feel like that's just because of the way the game is. It's all about having one DPS and you point all of your buffs at them, right? That's the intended design anyway. Now, you don't have to play that way if you don't want to. But I think that was the intended design, so... Unfortunately, that means a lot of DPS support hybrid characters. If they're not top dog DPS, or at least a contender for the throne, or have some other niche use case for being a DPS, then they are relegated to just being a support for other DPS characters. That is what is typically the case, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Maybe you like that, I don't know. Nathless, can you show an Orkira stacking formation? I'm still not fully understanding it. And also, does it only have to be magic DPS? If so, why not melee DPS as effective? Ah. Yeah, I can show Orkira stacking. I actually have that over on my Steam account. This is still going very fast. I think I would like to end this one. Start another run. Just so we're not going so super fast. And that way I've got my favor, and maybe I can go for another one. I've got E56 favor now. Ho ho. It's very exciting. You know what? Yeah. Let's go again! Oh, but first... Put that back on fast core. And... Nah, I don't want to put that on automation just yet. I'm gonna wait a minute on that one. We only need 3 on the field. Alright, Orkira, you can stay. I'm gonna turn off auto progress. Okay, so We've got Orkira. Let's make an Orkira stacking soup. We start with Orkira. Any Orkira stacking soup begins with Orkira. Now, we are going to need some additional ingredients here. Artemis, Narak, Archon. Those are some key ingredients we very much want. Positioning matters. So make sure you have your champions positioned around Orkira to make the most of this. And now some garnishes. We want Ocoria, possibly. Well, I don't know. Do we? I'll come back to Ocoria. But we want some other DPS characters. So let's just get some other people out on the field. Let's go with, sure. Hey, Krydle, how's it going? You're a DPS character. Somehow. Ishii, you are also technically a DPS character. Prudence, hello. You're fine, actually. Ashara, you are a welcome sight, of course. Frida, one of my favorites. And Makos, who is also a DPS character, despite his efforts. Okay, so here's Orkira. I'm going to level her up. I'm going to take her Tail Feather of the Phoenix specialization. So now she is healing everyone that she is not adjacent to. So she is not healing Artemis, she's not healing Archon, she's not healing Narak, but she's healing everybody else. Yay, good for them. Or actually, would this be better? Possibly? Because then Artemis himself is also getting healed. Yeah. Alright. And we're going to level up Artemis. We're going to take Observance Friend. Artemis's Observance effect is increased by 10% multiplicatively for positional formation abilities observed and copied from champions adjacent to Artemis. Okay, then. So just off the bat, we're getting 99 points of healing on these characters. And then Artemis is getting E7. Which is a bit of a jump. Wow, that is already quite a difference, isn't it? Let's take it a step further and go with Archon. I'm going to take Usurped Power for Archon. So Archon receives, at, for me currently, 1.06 EO4% rate, all positional formation abilities received by adjacent champions that don't already target Archon. So Archon is going to, because he's not currently getting healed by Orkira, because he is adjacent to Orkira, he's going to notice that, well, actually, Artemis and Makos are getting healed, so I should be getting healed too, and I should be getting healed more. So Archon is usurping the healing off of, say, Makos, for example, and then Artemis is observing all of these, and then also observing the increased healing on Archon. So now Artemis is getting E10 healing. And then this just becomes more ridiculous. And now here's Narak, who's going to get Githzerai focus and make this be even more. There. So now Artemis is healing for E16. It's a lot. And this can go even more. There is feats for Orkira. Lesser Restoration. These feats will make her heal more. Oh, come here. Alright, still getting E16, that's fine. But the more healing you have going for Orkira, the more she's stacking up her healing flame ability. See, it's tracking effective healing done. And watch, when this ticks up to E16, the total bonus goes up. When it reaches higher orders of magnitude, you get more stacks of the healing flame, which is determining how much support ability you're getting out of your Orkira. So this is why I'm able to get my Orkira stacking up to like E20 or E21 when I'm really trying for it. The key elements: Orkira, Archon using Usurped Power, Artemis for his observation, and Narak to boost Orkira's healing. Make sure you get other DPS characters out on the field so that Artemis is able to observe off of as many as possible. Yes, it's not the best. You could optimize this further, but I'm not really trying to optimize this. This is just showing the example. Hopefully you get the idea. Alright, going back to my Epic account. See, I want to encourage people experimenting on their own. Just handing out, like, this is the most optimal thing to do, that's boring to me. Let's level some more people up. Alright, and, what else do I want now? Suppose I could get Tyrell for Wild Shape for even more survivability, and then I can put Grama in the back. Yeah, that'd be fine. Whoop. There we go. Almost didn't make that one. Haha. And... oh, I guess I have to use Melf. Alright, well, I might replace someone with Rust once I get Rust leveled up enough to have more gold find. That would be fine. Alright, back to questions. So, Tias, have you guys talked about Even the Playing Field achievement? Even the Playing Field. Ah! Gosseric's achievement, yes. You were the third person to ask about Gosseric's Even the Playing Field achievement today, which is fine. It just means I'm getting better at answering it each time. So Gosseric's Even the Playing Field states, have Gosseric reduce an enemy's armor with 15 concurrent stacks of armor ablation. Right. Gosseric's armor ablation. Gosseric's cold attacks lower an enemy's armor threshold by 15% for 30 seconds. Only applies to armored enemies, stacks up to 30 times, but each stack tracks its own duration. So, you want Gosseric attacking more often in order to get more stacks of armor ablation, because it's tied to his attack. The problem, then, is that each stack wears off after 30 seconds, and it keeps track of their timers separately. So, you need Gosseric to be attacking faster than his stacks are falling off, so that you can reach that goal of 15 concurrent stacks of armor ablation. How can you do this? First of all, he has a specialization. Conveniently, I'm at the level to take his specialization. That's nice. His middle specialization, Aim Around Armor, increases the duration of armor ablation by 100%. So instead of a 30 seconds until a stack falls off, it becomes 60 seconds. So, take this specialization, first of all, and then there's a couple of champions that can really help you out with this. If you have Whittle, she makes champions that are adjacent to her attack as fast as the fastest champion that is adjacent to her. So if you have someone who just has a faster attack speed than Gosseric, like Sentry, 3.5 second cooldown, that's amazing. If I have Whittle next to Sentry, and also next to Gosseric, then Gosseric will be attacking using Sentry's attack speed. Yeah, Calliope is also very good, 3.2. Just have someone attacking faster than Gosseric does, and then have Whittle out there adjacent to both of those characters, and then Gosseric will be attacking faster, thus applying the armor ablation stacks faster, and then you can get that achievement. And then there's Narak. Narak is a character in slot 8. I don't have him on this account, unfortunately. But he is a Gosseric monk. He's got a cool glaive as his weapon. It's my favorite, like, fantasy weapon in D&D, is glaive. And Narak has an ability called Gosseric Focus, which increases the formation abilities of champions with a wisdom of 14 or higher if they're adjacent to Narak. And for Gosseric, this means everything, including armor ablation, both the effect of armor ablation and the duration of the stacks. Putting Narak in your formation and having him next to Gosseric makes Gosseric's achievement easy mode, honestly. So those are my tips for getting through that, Sotius. Good luck. Belle has a question. I did my best. Hey Mars, can you give us a tour of the new shop design? Absolutely. Welcome to the new shop. New shop experience. If you don't have this out on your game yet, you will eventually. I think half the people on Steam and half the people on Epic have this right now. I don't think anybody else has this yet. I don't think it's fully rolled out yet. But probably soon. I'd be surprised if it took longer than, like, a week. Anyway, so this is the landing page that you get when you first open it up. You see your gems. I think the gems are a little easier to see now. Unlock a lock chest button still there. There's an X button there. Don't get this confused with the X button to close your game. I saw at least one person was struggling with that already. There's an odds info button, which is cool to see now, because that wasn't there before. Very tiny text! Which is weird, because like they have plenty of room. They could just increase the size of this. There's plenty of room in that box there. Anyway, your wild offers, anything else that might be like limited time or something, that's going to show up on this page. But the more interesting stuff is on the other tabs, I think. So on the chest tab, you can see all the different chests that are available to you. If it's a limited time, you see how much time is left available. When you click on something. If there's multiple purchase options, you can see that they are separated out like this using the same, like, quality colors that we become familiar with from gear. So, like, there's, like, the uncommon tier, rare tier, purple epic tier, legendary golden orange tier, you know? Same for, like, silver chest. That just shows, like, the common gray tier. You still have the slider for silver and gold chests, by the way. So that's still an option. When you are looking at a chest to pick up, it'll tell you exactly who that champion is, like what champion that chest is for. So Gosseric, for example. Huh, interesting that they have a slider for that. Huh. Yeah, as far as the theming of the shop's design goes, I know a lot of people think that it looks like really weird when compared against the tone of the classic UI, and I agree. But when compared against the console UI specifically, this feels right at home. I think this matches up with the console UI perfectly well. Now, does that some kind of implication that they would rather people play using the console UI rather than classic UI? I don't know. I don't think there's much that really, like, read into that there. I think they just made a decision. They had to make a design decision, and this is the one that they went with. End of story. On the gem items tab, not only can you see all the different things that cost gems, whether it's familiars, or skins, or chests, or click damage skin, there's also filters. Like, maybe I only care about chests, or I only care about skins, or I only care about familiars. And then I can change what order they're being shown in, like cheapest gem price. So Almirage is the next one for me. I'm over halfway there, over 3/4 of the way there, in fact. That's cool. You can also sort alphabetically. Don't know why you would, though. Over on the packs tab, you can see all the different packs for sale. Now, this one is a little much for the old eyeballs. Because it does this. It rotates through all the things available in each pack, and it does it for all of the things that you're looking at simultaneously. Which, for some people, might be a little overstimulating. But if you find the one that you actually want to read up about, you can click on it. And now you can see all the different details. The familiars are on pedestals now, and that's super cute. I love that. I love the little pedestal. It's so nice. You can click on any of the individual items in the pack to read details, which is cool because that wasn't a thing that you could do before. There's these little preview icons over each pack that kind of tells you, before you even click on it, what sort of things you're going to get from this. And there's more filters that you can use, whether it's parsing a champion, or a skin, or a familiar skin, or chest, or feats. Wait, feats?! Oh, that's right, because some packs contain feats. I got really excited there, thinking like, are gem feats in the... No, not yet. Maybe one day. I hope. That would be nice. You can also search for a specific champion that you might want. Isn't that cool? So I want to see all of the packs for Deacon. Cool. Champions of Renown Year 1 All-Star Pack. There he is. There's the boy. So you can pretty quickly and easily find anything that you might be hunting for. As long as you have some idea of what it is that you want, you can sort and filter and search for things now. The Champion's Hand is also really nice for this because you can sort by roles, by bench seats, by alignments, by gender, including non-binary. You can also sort like alphabetically, by names, or how close we are to their next event or how far away. And their popularity. I think there's a lot of things to appreciate about the new shop experience. I think there's a lot of good things about it. Is it an absolute win? I think there's still some things that could be improved. I think there's still some polish that it needs. But I think overall it's definitely steps in the right direction, I feel. It has taken some time to get used to the very different tone from classic UI, that being said. Leslie, 117, question. Hey, when would you want Archon as a tank over Naeli? Fairly new player. Oh, good question. If you have an evil DPS character, then Archon might be better for you as a tank, because Archon has a ramping buff for improving the damage of evil champions in the formation as enemies continue to pile up on him when he's tanking. Also, remember that Naeli only buffs people in the column directly a column before you. Directly in the column before her. Archon doesn't have that same limitation. You could also use them together, for that matter. Because Archon does have his Usurped Power ability. And using Usurped Power can allow Archon to potentially steal the effect of Naeli's Aura of Courage bonus that she's giving to the people in the column behind her. But basically, when you want to use Archon for a tank is because you're just using an evil DPS character. Winged Ascension just started yesterday. Hey! Welcome to Idle Champions. Cheers. Good to have you. How long before I can do Endless War, Melf? The brain is unkillable, but I mowed the rest down. Okay. How long before you can do Endless War? So you're trying to just unlock Melf? Because that is just the name of the base adventure for Melf. So, the problem with the brain is that the Elder Brain has these minions. I think it's the Intellect Devourers specifically, little brain dogs, that when they attack you, they heal the Elder Brain, and that can be a real nuisance. You might just need to push in the event for more favor, so that you can afford more upgrades and have more champions on the field, or you might benefit from using champions that hit multiple times when they attack, like Ashar's Magic Missile. Or Minsk has a cleave that hits all enemies where he hits. He doesn't just hit one enemy, he hits everything in a group. Both of those are useful. I'm going to take a Genius with gold. There we go. Also, something to note is that the Elder Brain just has 50 hit points. Not armored health, just 50 hit points. So, you might be able to queue up a Naeli stun right at the start of the adventure, which will give you just a couple of seconds to just blast that thing with ultimates and attacks in the hopes of killing it before it can even spawn any enemies to assist it. I have definitely used that tactic for this event in the past. I even have a saved formation for that specifically that I called Brain Killer, I believe. And by that I mean stuff like Celeste's ultimate, Flame Strike. Watch. If I drop this on the brain right at the start, this Flame Strike does multiple hits to the Elder Brain. So if you have various ultimate attacks that can do multiple hits, like Orkira's, since you get Orkira from this event, there you go. That is also helping to chew that brain down. All these things that can do multiple hits can really help you a lot against this brain. But at the end of the day, the bread and butter solution to any difficult boss that you're up against is get more favor. Because with more favor, you'll be able to afford more upgrades. And more upgrades means you'll be able to kill things more easily. Good luck, Winged Ascension. Hope to see you around more. Nathalis. Question. Dadius versus Prudence, what should I go for? If you're looking for a DPS, go with Prudence. If you're looking for a support, go with Dadius, because Prudence is in no way a support character. So it really depends on, like, what it is that you're looking for. Do we have the gold fine buff yet? Oh yeah, we do actually. Okay, great. So I think I'll bring Rust in instead of Ashara. There we go. Just so we can get more gold fine so I can afford more upgrades. Platoon. Since Zorbu's supporting abilities all point at his DPS, does that make him a pure 50-50? Oh yeah, I guess because he's also supporting himself, right? I guess I would say that Zorbu is 100% support. Because even in the case that you're using him as DPS, he is also supporting himself. Yeah, I think there's no situation in which you're using Zorbu as not a support character. Because even when he is DPS, he is also support. That's funny. Dracopire. Why does my Gosseric not change my sheet damage no matter where he is standing? Oh, your DPS breakdown? Yeah, it's something that other people noted earlier on today's show, and in fact on my show this morning as well. And we even tried it. I had Gosseric on the field, and I had an upgrade for Frosty Friendship coming up. So we opened up the DPS breakdown, and we watched these numbers carefully, and I hit the upgrade, and none of the numbers changed. So that is odd. I'm wondering if that's like an actual bug, and his numbers aren't... his Frosty Friendship buff isn't actually being applied whatsoever, or if it's just like a display error, and like the numbers are actually going up invisibly. We aren't seeing them actually go up. Either way, it's something the devs need to know about. I mean, put in a ticket if you haven't yet already, and I'm also going to be poking the devs about it after the show, which I only have a few minutes in, for that matter. So, hey y'all, I actually wanted to ask you all a question. Sorry, allergies. As it's been a week now, vibe check on Gosseric. How does everyone feel about Gosseric so far? Because I'm not writing him off, you know? I think, honestly, when I'm looking for a support in slot 7, it's going to be a toss-up between Gosseric or Freely, depending on what other champions I'm using, what kind of thing I'm trying to accomplish. If I'm up against an armored boss specifically, or like any variant where you've got like, oh yeah, just lots of armored things, like, I don't know, Durable Deep or whatever, you know? That's probably going to be a situation where I'm going to always use Gosseric, I feel. So, what do you think? Does Gosseric stand a chance against Freely in slot 7? Does Gosseric have a home in your formations in general? Are you going to use him for Azaka farms? Because he does have gold find potential. Pretty good gold find potential, I think. If you're an Artemis or an Archon main, do you find Gosseric's Frosty Friendship being a positional buff exciting? What do you think? I like him, but Freely still exists. I have to admit I still haven't used him. Haven't used Gosseric yet? Yeah, that's fair. Love Gosseric, looking for more places where I can use him. Cool. Haven't used Gosseric yet, to be honest. If I need a support in slot 7, Xeraphon wins by my... Oh, okay. That is true. Xeraphon is super strong, but they are complicated. You have to really know what you're doing with Xeraphon. I think Gosseric is easier to understand. So perhaps newer players who simply like haven't unlocked Xeraphon yet might get more mileage out of Gosseric specifically. Foolish Genius thinks that Gosseric seems pretty darn good. Alright, cool. Banana Mobster, I like him and use him because he has better gear than my Freely currently does. Yeah, gear is also going to matter. Gear's going to be a big deciding factor, isn't it? Like, I don't have Freely on my Epic account yet. So is it going to be the case that maybe one day when I do actually unlock Freely, I might still just end up using Gosseric more often because by then, my Gosseric's going to have better gear than my Freely. He's going to be ahead by item levels. I'll have to see like how things shake out, but I'm not ready to just write off Gosseric completely. I feel like he's got potential. Dannenson, I don't have Freely, so Gosseric has been a help. Cool. Peter, I'd characterize my reception for him so far as a bit frosty. Oh, you. Freely gets the win for any no-favor run that Gosseric has uses against all his armor bosses in Avernus. Yeah, there's a ton of armor bosses in Avernus, right? Plus, making it snow in hell is just amusing. Gosseric seems middling. Main thing I'm using him for are variants because he has very high wisdom intelligence. Alright, alright. Gosseric's breaking RNG for you, Catch. 4 gold chests out of 5 free plays. Whoa! Wow, that's great! Good for you. That is some good luck. For Artemis, Category is usually better than Gosseric. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Another DPS in slot 7, yeah. Okay, alright, thank you, everyone. Yeah, it feels like Gosseric isn't, I guess like a landslide victory kind of champion. But I also feel like, honestly, that's a good thing. If the game just devolved to be like, every slot had the absolute go-to champion, and everyone just uses them and no one else, I don't want that. That would make the game very stale, in my opinion. But I feel like Gosseric needs more of a niche to really carve out for himself. He's got the armor ablation, which is definitely going to help. But it's also like, you could just do more damage and have the same result, just dealing more damage. Gosseric plus Narak, though? Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's some kind of an Armor Slayer team comp that could come out of all this. Yeah, maybe we could work on that for one of my other shows this week, either tomorrow or Friday. Maybe we can try to actually assemble some kind of an Armor Slayer team. Which would probably just be like Gosseric plus Narak plus Whittle plus I was gonna say Korth, but Korth is the same slot as Whittle. And people who just have multiple attacks. Maybe Binwin. Maybe Binwin can actually have a day in the sun for once. Yorvin, yeah, there's a good one. Yeah, this would be interesting. Yeah, let's do that. How about tomorrow morning show? We actually sit down and try to puzzle out what an Armor Slayer team could look like. And try to make it, viable. Don't put people, we're not going to put people in just for the armor shredding gimmick. but also like trying to make it an actually good enough team. It's not going to be optimal by any means, but if it can at least like clear content, like going through a Avernus variance, then I think it's got some meat on the bone there. Yeah. So if you want to help me out with that, start thinking about considerations for an armor shredding team, and we'll meet back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time, and we'll try to puzzle that out together. I think that could be a lot of fun. Yeah. All right. A few more questions, and then I'll wrap up. And as you can see, doing Wheat from the Chaff, it takes forever. Yeah, it's super long. You just gotta have patience. Those first stages are when it's real ugly. Put on a speed potion, put on a health potion, get out healers and shielders as quickly as possible, get some health sharing. And then you just gotta wait it out. Oh yeah, and hey, real quick before I get to those other questions, don't forget, Gosseric's an affiliation member. He's from Rivals of Waterdeep. There are other rivals. Perhaps if we get other rivals, we may need to reevaluate Gosseric as more of that team becomes available, if that happens. So there's something to keep an eye on, I think. Remember, if we get other rivals Waterdeep, revisit Gosseric, because I think there's some good stuff going on here. Alright, anyway, back to questions. Scorn159. Question, can I get items for champions that I get from time gates outside of the time gate? And in which chest do they appear? Yes. Okay, so, for example, if I did a time gate right now for, let's say, Keelik. Sure. So I can unlock Keelik. I can't actually unlock Keelik right now, but let's say I had a time gate open for Keelik, and I did the time gate for Keelik, I got my chest for Keelik, I opened them all up, and I got some gear for Keelik. Yay! But now I want more! Well, I could do another time gate for Keelik. That's still a choice. Or patron chests. So patrons also have their own chests. Mert patron chest, Vashra patron chest, Strahd patron chest. And these contain gear only for champions that qualify for that patron. Each patron has different qualifications. Mert, only good or evil champions can be used. Guess what? Keelik's a good aligned character. Keelik can be used for Mert. And so, Keelik gear can appear in Mert patron chest. Now, gear for all other good and evil champions will also appear in Mert patron chests. So the chances of you getting specifically Keelik gear are going to be diluted depending on how many other champions you own that qualify for Mert patron. But even low odds of getting gear for a character is better than no odds of getting gear for a character, right? It's at least something. And then there's just Electrum chests. Just a reminder, these exist and can give you gear for everybody. So that answers the question. Moving on, Mac Columbo. Please, anyone, any tips for Gosseric's Armored Assault? Again, stack at 50 with 1.32 E16 favor. Oh, you're stuck at stage 50 with E16 favor, using Ashara and Gosseric. You're a lot over the recommended favor, and you're still stuck. I see. Okay. So you're stuck on Armored Assault. Gosseric starts the formation. He can be moved, but he can't be removed. His Armor Ablation ability starts unlocked. All boss enemies have at least 25 armor health. Armored enemies require 100% more damage to deal one armored hit. Gosseric's Armor Ablation ability is plus 100% more effective. Yeah, you know Gosseric. Gosseric attacks can weaken armor. His specialization to increase his attack speed. Make the most of this feature. Ah, okay. Yeah. So this is one of those where everything is armored, and you're going to go very slow because of it. But you already have Gosseric, he already has his Armor Ablation feature, and it's even superpowered to work more effectively than normal. So, the game is trying to teach you, hey, this is the situation that you want to use Gosseric in. So you gotta think about how to get the most out of Gosseric's ability for that. Gosseric applies Armor Ablation every time he attacks, So anything that you can do to make Gosseric attack faster is going to be useful. Again, if you have Whittle, or even if you have Korth, they're both slot 2 characters, they can make Gosseric attack faster. If you have Narak in slot 8, he can make Gosseric's Armor Ablation more effective and last longer. Both of these things are useful. You can also just take Gosseric's middle specialization to make the stacks last longer. So even if you don't have those champions, you can still take his middle specialization, and that will make the Armor Ablation ability more effective. Hopefully that'll help you. Otherwise, just using champions that hit a lot, or attack quickly, or have ultimates that do a lot of hits. Again, like Celeste Flame Strike does a lot of hits. Any of those things are going to help you shred through those enemies. I could play that event variant on my show tomorrow morning to give an example of how to get through that, just like we were playing through Woofing the Chaff on the show today. So, I hope that helps, Matt Colombo. Good luck to you. If you're still stuck on this tomorrow morning, join me for my show at 7 a.m. Pacific, and I will play through it myself and try to give some other tips as I go. Okay, but for now, I've got to get out of here. I think I've overstayed my welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for this episode of Mars Guiding Hand. Hope to see you all again next time. That'll be tomorrow, Thursday morning. Oh, there's also Formation Save. Yes, thank you, Belle. Excellent. That's great, because I was going to say, check out all the other awesome shows that we have. Coming up next is Sketching Hour. Tomorrow, there's going to be my show again, and then after that is Formation Save, where I will be with Sean, and Sean will be able to, together, actually help you directly with getting through whatever you're stuck on. So, Matt Colombo, if you're still stuck on that particular Gosseric variant, tomorrow morning after Guiding Hand, stick around for Formation Save, and then Sean and I can load up a clone version of your game and play through the exact thing that you're stuck on and try to beat it ourselves, and then you can just copy what we do on your actual game. It's really cool. It's a very cool show. That's after Guiding Hand tomorrow morning. It's 9 a.m. Pacific. All right. You can follow Idle Champions social media, wherever. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Blake Hall, but please call me Mars. Thank you, Codename Entertainment, as always. Thank you to Martin for moderating, producing, and catching questions for me today. Always a pleasure working with you, buddy. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Wherever you are in this multiverse, be you far or near, good luck to you on the rest of the event. And stay safe, be kind, and until next time, look very, very sharp. See ya. And cheers. Have a cup of tea.